For news, interviews, reggae gospel reviews, and more around the world, it's The Godfather Show. www.skylineradio.org.uk.
Interview time with Inspector Lee from West Bromwich. Big up all the crew inside and outside right now. Keep it real with The Godfather Show.
Is what happened here. You're tuned to Godfather, see?
Good afternoon, Inspector Lee. Thank you for being with us this afternoon. We just found my voice in the proper manner right now. Yes, my brother.
Okay. We have the radio on. Should I turn it down or what?
Yeah, that would be a great help. That would be a great help.
Let me deal with that. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Deal with that.
Skylineradio.org.uk. Godfather here live inside the studio right now talking to Inspector Lee. Of course, from West Bromwich. And he's been around a long time and he's got a lot of experience, more than many of us. Because not many of us grew up around our fathers who had a sound system. So let's see if he's ready right now. So, yo, I tell you, it's all good on the big one. Skylineradio.org.uk. Inspector Lee, you there?
Yes, Godfather.
Thank you for joining us once again. And it's a great honor to talk to somebody like yourself who's been around a long, long time. And the history goes on because, of course, West Bromwich was known for sound system back in them days, in the 60s. And your great father was a great ambassador for the time of sound system back in them times. At that time, how did it all start for you in terms of how did you see and what did you think of a record when you first saw records?
How can I explain this now?
I know that was the one in the questionnaires, but yeah.
Let me explain it this way then.
Okay.
No, I didn't take it serious. I used to play the old tunes that him leave in the gram on a Saturday night when my mother is going out. He might be playing up the road, so she be getting ready and getting ready to go up the road where I'm playing, and I'll be there in the front room playing the records, and she be there dancing before she go up the road.
Okay.
So Sunday now, I remember one Sunday he turned to me and said, me I said, dance I keeping on my front room last night. So I just looked at him and looked at my mom and said, oh, okay, I get it, Okay. But yeah, them times was learning to curb time, learning curb time.
Yeah. And even though your dad was out and about playing out, and like you just said, mom would go down there later on and join your father. and you'd be at home playing those songs that he had left in the gram. You also, you had brothers and siblings in your families as well that also knew about and danced to those tunes too, I suppose, at that age.
Yes, and of course, and why we have to take it serious too, because them times not much soundman was getting the tunes directly delivered from Jamaica.
Okay.
My father was one of them, a man named Baba. As far as me know, them times it was just my father and Baba was getting records from Jamaica every week, every Saturday. So if not me sign for them, it's my sister sign for them, my big sister Sislin.
Okay.
So that is why my sister, you see them used to pay my sister for dance, man. That is why my sister is a dancer. You know, my father friend them used to pay her for dance, you know, because she could dance. So if she don't sign for them, me sign for them. And I want to tell you one night time, me nearly missed the postman because when my father and mother gone shopping on a Saturday now, then we said to us, clean down the house and then meet up on the fire and don't make it catch. No, don't understand them terms. When them say don't make it catch, them mean don't make it burn. See? All right. I mean, enough of them don't understand them terms. So they would say don't make it catch. One day me in the alley I play football.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I know there's a most like creator. When I'm a friend, them kick the ball past me now. So me have to run for the ball. But me never realize, and me look at me say, but wait, no the postman that. So me shout him, me say, yo, any post? Him say, yeah man, you're lucky man, you're lucky. You're right, me did lucky because then me did miss that post, the man a trouble man. Even though my father never beat me one time in my life, never, not even a box. Me did lucky because me know say not vex with me if me did miss the postman. So that was one of my lucky escape.
So when he said when he said to you, you was lucky. What had you gone with the pass?
Yeah,
at the time?
because he would have take back the records them to the depot in it.
Okay.
And then my father Monday now, my father would have to go for them and thing in it.
Okay.
And that would have been inconvenient for him because he might go at work and things like that.
Right, and plus as well, he was playing at that Saturday night, so he wants
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. He knows say some hot tune are gonna come in at that pile there, and for him to go miss it now, yeah man, I go in a trouble. Man.
So beside your dad and this other brother who also had tunes as well, the I wouldn't say it was a title race, but it was more like a competition amongst many of the big man them in West Bromwich, because West Bromwich was known for the sound system more than the other parts of the Midlands. Tell us a bit about the other sounds that your dad was up against.
Because I was young, I get the story from the elders. Them tell me that really and truly West Bromwich start off the party business thing because enough man from enough area, Warsaw, Wolverhampton, Handsworth used to come to West Bromwich. Beaches Road in particular, that is a very famous name. Beaches Road would come to party. And we're talking about sometimes you find out 5 party, 6 party on the one road. Probably on more.
Wasn't the houses on Beaches Road them big houses?
Yes, them big houses. Yes, the big house them, you know. So enough party would be keeping and thing like that. Enough should be in and thing, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, for real.
So in the 60s though, not many black people had their own properties at the time though, did they?
No, they didn't. There was a lot. Well, yeah, because we was living with an Indian family before we moved to Jesson Street, which was 1967. You see what I'm saying? So
okay.
yeah, so that is when my father bought him first house, 1967.
So
them time me are 6.
Okay.
But it's like my brain just opened up them time there.
Okay. So
you know,
your dad was playing sound system from 1960. When did he start playing sound then?
Him establishing him sound system 1962.
Right. And that time he was still living in a shared sort of accommodation with other people.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, they rented accommodation because he ended up living with his brother who did just buy him first house. He ended up living with one of his cousins who did just buy him first house.
Okay.
And then he ended up living with Indians, and then from Indians he get him own house.
Okay, all right.
You know?
And that's once he got his foot on the housing market, and this is where the sound system developed even more.
No. Yes, he did develop more, but he had the sound system before him had the mouse.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
so yeah, all right then. You see, enough people see the picture with him, where it says the little amplifier, where it say count fire.
Yeah.
Enough people think that was his first amplifier. It wasn't. That was the second one. The first one was a little green 50 watt amplifier. The
Okay.
one that you see in the picture where it says count fire and the house of joy with the box them. That was the second amplifier. That was 150 watts.
Okay.
And then the big amplifier now, where legs bill, that was 500 watts.
Valve amp. All of it was all.
Yeah, all of
Okay.
them was valve amp.
I can remember small valve amps with little wattages, but at that time, people wasn't using that much of a great wattage at the time.
No, because later on, you have things like KT88 in the valve them. And once you have some KT88, you have some power go on.
Well, some people don't even know those terminologies of.
All right. Me know them last when you hear me say KT88. I know them last.
And then valves, when they went, they cost a lot of money to replace as well, didn't they?
Yes, man, them time there, because money short them time. The valve them wasn't cheap at all. They weren't cheap.
Okay. Now, during the time when your father was doing what he was doing, he must have been. Did he come from Jamaica with the passion of music?
Yes, because he used to tell me how he used to hear Duke Reed and Coxsone far. Him say him the far, and him say when Duke Reed string up in Tanner in the treetop, and Coxsone string up Fame One in the next side, and so when them a bell out, him say every man hear everything what go on, and him say yeah, they are distance, but you still a hear what go on. So him come with that passion, really and truly. Him come with that.
Did he feel that there was a need for some form of entertainment within the areas of West Bromwich at the time? Because obviously going to work 5 days a week, whatever hours you could work, then coming back and sitting at home on a Saturday evening, it must have been very strange to sit at home on a Saturday evening or Friday evening, nowhere to go. So I suppose they had an idea to create, or did they go to any clubs that you know of?
Well, him used to talk about this club very often, I have to big up Wolverhampton now when me go talk. Me know, Club 67.
Mm-hmm.
And he used to talk about Mr. Spence a lot. Now, Mr. Spence was the man who won Club 67. How me know that? Because my father did talk about it all the time. Mr. Spence, Club 67. Now, listen to me, people. Listen to me good. Big up all the great-grandmothers and the grandmothers them, because my father looked for me and said to me, he used to talk to me a lot about back in the days and stuff like that. And him say, listen to me, man. I two things there Wolverhampton, And I say, what's that, Pops? Him say, number one is woman. Woman there Wolverhampton. And him say, number two, the man them up there have some tune. So that's why me have to give Wolverhampton. So big up Wolverhampton, because me get them things there from my pops. And one night him said to me, I play a Club 67, I'm a touch a Dan drum and tune, And you have a man that always come there, but this man is a dancer, boss. And him say, when the tune touch the man, when the Dan drum and tune touch the man, him said the man jump up and draw out the light socket to all the tune sweet the man so much. So I looked at my pops and says, what you just said to me? The man draw the light socket. Him say, yes. Me say, so what did the owner do? He go, well, the owner don't know nothing till the next morning. And if him do know, the man not done gone already.
So in terms of what...
So me say, I said to him, so you mean to tell me, I saw the dance nice? Him said the dance nice that night is a shame.
Right. So listeners would have been listening to what you just said a while ago. And just explain to them in more details. In pull out or in knock out? Which one? Knock out or pull out?
No, man. Remember the light them did hang down them tiny from a car, don't it? The light.
Okay.
The light itself.
Okay.
Hanging down from a car, didn't it?
Okay.
The light's not on. It's not on. It's off. It's off. But the way the man a dance and it sweet him just jump up and draw out the light socket.
Okay.
So I looked at my dad and says, is this man okay? Ain't go, yeah, man, the man is just a dancer, and when the man they catch them kicks and them feel sweet hunting and them a dance, anything can go on, and that is what happened.
You're right.
They like socket.
I get you.
Whoa.
Okay.
So, okay.
If I dance on all them things, then catch it and dry it out same time.
Dry it out same way to the dance sweet, man.
Well, all right.
Yeah, so I have to big up Club 67.
It was a club that many people, Saturday nights. I've been there on many occasions.
Well, it's not a club I've been to, but I've heard a lot about that club.
That club.
A lot about that club. From my father, from other people, from even man like Quaker City who used to play there. Enough people. Another place him used to play, Santa Rosa.
Okay.
Original Rialto. Tasha's.
Okay.
That is Santa Rosa.
Okay.
Now, a man come to me, one of the man them that used to go around with him, and I'm still trying to find the owner to find out if it's truth. But the man come to me and said, you know, your father was the first son to go into Santa Rosa and play. I goes, is it? He go, yes. I go, oh, you know that? He go, listen to me, man. Your father used to play for the said man over Mosley. And then when him buy Tasha's, which was Santa Rosa, your father was the first son to go in there and play. And I looked at that and thought, okay, well, if that's the case, me know much so never there hands for truth, and much so never there on, so he could be talking the truth. But me as a man, me like to do my investigation and things, you get me?
Okay.
But the man who used to own Tasha's Realtor, I do believe him emigrate back to Jamaica. So I'm still trying to find out if that story go like that for truth, you know?
Well, at the time, many of the people from Answorth and other parts nearby West Bromwich would have come to Beaches Road for those parties, and they would have heard the quality that your father provided on the weekend.
Well, I'll be honest with you now. My father was a very popular DJ. Carl, listen to me now. You see, on a Saturday, trust me, the bell used to ring constantly. My mother used to throw a 2-pound partner. So if it's not people come to drop off them partner, if somebody come to book my father for your dance, or it's the postman. Guaranteed.
Okay.
No if or but. And then we take it and says, me say, sis, your turn. I'm going to go, bro, your turn. Because believe me, the bell will ring off constantly.
So at that time, you had no form of communication to the phone line, nothing at all?
To the what?
You had no phone calls, no telephone at the time.
No, phone line in around that time.
Right.
We get phone line. Where we get phone line? Late down in the 70s, man.
When you got your own,
late down in the 70s.
Right. Once you got
coming after the house. But before that, no phone in go on.
Right. So obviously people come to your house and knock the door.
The original way, you know.
So I suppose your dad must have liked that to know for a fact the door was knocking and so they can only be two things. Either partner, postman, or a man want a booking.
Well, him not about them time there. Him gone, him the outer road with my mother shopping or him the pan road or the record shop or.
He might do something,
trust me,
yeah.
My father didn't keep still them time there.
Okay.
No, he didn't keep still, man. My father never have time for me them time there, man. Me have to give thanks to my cousin, my big cousin, cause him did have time for me them time there. Him teach me everything. The only thing my father teach me about is sound and music. He never have time for me them time if he teach me anything else. I concentrate on his sound.
Right.
I tell you the truth.
So in terms of his hobby and sound system, what about work-wise? What was his occupation at the time?
Yeah, him work in a factory, you know, but my father was an entrepreneur. Trust me. If you're a man, I talk it straight, man. Cause me a man, me not take out nothing, I not add in nothing. I tell you exactly how it go, yeah, man. My father, him couldn't read and write, but trust me, man. You see, when it comes to painting and decorating, you see, when it comes to carpentry work, in music, just how much you want to him. Him can't read it, but just hum it, and I bet you he go finish. And them time there, back in them days, every song did have a record box as big as a coffin.
That's
because
true.
my mother used to tease him and said to him, say, when you pass, you don't need no casket, car. If you won't lie down there. And my father did have a casket, a big one. You know, so.
Did all these, obviously not albums, but did all these 7-inch 45s fit in there?
Yeah, man, a 7-inch in there, man. But the lid of the record box would hold some 12-inch and 1 and 2 Studio One albums.
Classic
albums.
Was it one of those boxes where you had a plaque at inside the cover so you could drop them in?
Yes.
So
Him had a, yeah man, him had a barrier across where
Right.
him could hold up the 12-inch and the LP them. You get me?
Right, yes.
That lid. But inside the record box is just, let me see, 6 rows of 7-inch.
Wow.
So you know that the record box are big. If you have 6 row, that the record box is long.
So it was kind of, how many men took to carry that?
Sometimes a 4 man.
Okay.
Or sometimes it's heavy. But when him say, well, me get big now, I think him say, I just me and him I carry it.
Okay.
Yeah, man. For real, man.
So your father started off with the valve amp, which is a 50 watts, etc. And at the time, your dad had the speakers that many of the people in West Bromwich didn't have.
Speakers. No, him did have speakers that him know could play good. You get me? Him never invest in rubbish. My father grew me up to say, yo, hey pa, cheapness work out to be the dearest, you know. That's what my father grew me. So me not buy cheap. No, me not deal with cheap. From me deal with quality. From its quality and it's a good price and it's cheap enough. Yeah, me not say me won't go for it, but
right.
me no go for cheapness. So when it come to my sound system, me don't deal with cheapness. Cause so my father said, no, cheapness don't work it. You better you buy good and done. You know?
Right.
And then you get the proper quality and thing like that. You know?
Okay.
For real, man.
Okay.
Yeah, man. All right, hold on there. I can tell you about a dance now. The Regal Theatre. I do believe it's 1974.
Where was that?
The Regal Theatre. If everybody will know Oaklands.
Okay.
Yeah? Oaklands, yeah? Across the road from Oaklands, where Lidl is now, that was a theatre. And it was called the Regal Theatre.
Okay.
My father played there with Quaker City one Saturday. I think it was about 74. Probably 73 too, but I would say, because me and you with them time there. But through me, I grew up now, I was the one to help him to bring the sound and string up and thing, and then he would drop me home, or if it's in the area, I'm say, all right, you can find your yard now. You know what I mean? So they're the Regal Theatre now, I'm string up now, but I didn't know Desmond Decker was appearing that night. Desmond Decker. And I play with Quaker and we done string up, and I remember Quaker turned to him and said, boy, fire. Look like this, the boy like the sound system, you know, you got game? And my father looked on Quaker and said, nah, game. And I looked at him, I was puzzled. I was really puzzled. Years later, I asked him, I says, why did you say to Quaker you're not giving it? And I said, look man, let me tell you something. You see, now this game, this music game, it's not a nice game, you know. It's not really a good game. He said the people, them in it, dangerous. Enough of them dangerous. I mean, I talk from producer to singer to artist to promoter.
To the audience.
Enough of them is backbiters. Enough of them are users. Them just use you and abuse you. You get me? That is why I made it tell Quaker, say, me don't want to give you. So I go, oh, okay. And you know something? He never wrong, you know, him the right. It's true with him attack, man. It's true. Cause I'll be honest with you. If my son come to me now and say, I'm going to take up a substance, and I go try to deter him from it. He never stopped me. I give him one thing, he never stopped me. But him didn't really want me to be in it because he didn't like the game or the game setup. Or him see the game I go, you know?
Okay.
I remember him is one of the pioneers, them too. So him could see everything while I go on, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, but him never really want me in it. But him never stopped me.
Okay.
No, he didn't. And you go now with the record now. Because when 1995, when him looked at me and said, you know something, me done with the sound system, I done with the music thing and all that. So he said, so how you go with the music now? He looked at me and said to me, me I go get rid of them. I go, yeah, go what?
But before you go there though, at that point though,
yeah.
why did he decide now to actually hang up his boots right now? What happened there?
Age.
Okay.
Age. I'm up in a age now, innit?
Okay.
I'm up in a age now, man. So him say, I go get rid of them. So me say, well, now I test me now, you know. This is how me and my woman used to flex. He used to test me and me used to test him. So me say, all right, here we go now. You can't get rid of them records, you know. So he look at me and go, how you mean? Go, here we go now then. If we got a court of law, if we go in that one judge, and me tell the judge, say, Judge, I feel him tune them, but him didn't sign for them. And me and my sister signed for them, so them belong to me and my sister. He look for me and said to me, say, well, I know. He look for me and said to me, say, I saw it go. So my old lady come out of the kitchen now and said to him, say, well, if him now get them, can we start broke them up now? He look for me and said to me, say, I get her for fear head. He never said she mad, you know. He said she get her for her head. That was the humor in a fluid house. Yeah, you know? Yeah, man. But me don't know, say, it's inevitable. Me I go get them.
But but even though you said you signed for them, he would have said to you, "Well, who pay for them for you if you sign for them."
That is truth. But that is truth. But still, me still would have take the gamble and go to the judge. So, Judge, me sign for them. My name depend on something there. So, as far as me concerned, I feel me own them. So,
yes.
Me that take the gamble.
Yes, Your Honor, but he didn't pay for them, Your Honor.
All right. Yeah, well, me that take that gamble there. Me that take that gamble there.
Well, okay. So obviously it was time to hand over the reins of the sound system that you've seen your father play and love and treasure and put a lot of time and effort into it. It's a pretty sound. I've seen some.
Well, I know. Let me tell you about times that. Let me see. You know, Club Jodari.
Derby.
Club Jodari.
Where was that?
Dudley.
Oh, yes.
Remember that club there?
But all on the Tesco's. The Tesco's.
Behind Tesco's in Dudley, man. The big Tesco's in Dudley. There was a club called Jodari.
Go ahead.
That him used to play there quite often.
Down by the 5 years. Them side there.
Yes.
Okay.
Him used to play there quite often.
Right. Never been. I don't think I've ever been there actually.
Yeah.
No, sir.
Yeah, man, him even played. Let me see. Hold on. What year was it? Let me see if we can get the year. He even played there up there with Quaker. Let me see. We'll get the year. 1978. Because I was 17, so I remember. And played him and Quaker play up there.
Okay.
Yeah, man. And play enough Stoke and Trent. You see Scotland? Him play Scotland about. Let me see.
Scotland itself?
Yeah.
Wow.
Scotland itself. Him play Scotland about 5-6 times. The last time him play up there, you hear about a DJ named Chris Kennedy Jr.?
Yes.
That was the last time him play up there. And let me see. Was it last year? I think it was last year. Me see Chris Kennedy Jr. put up the flyer. He said flyer of the dance. And me phone him. And me and him attack and him go, bloody hell. It's nice to know that somebody's still around from then. Because yeah, man. For real, man. So him play enough place, man. Him play. Put it this way. Me can't compete with him as a DJ. My father was much more successful than I was. Much more.
Right. Well, obviously the times were not as great as they are now. We got everybody.
They weren't.
You know what I mean? And it was like a pick of a choice, basically, to find out who you would.
Well, the greatest gift is when you have. Well, the greatest gift is when you have your own. You know, car.
That's right.
The sound, when the sound, car. That him tell me, make Squire sound about. Is that him tell me, make Messiah Esquire sound is about now.
Okay.
Yeah, because me I play up one. Let me see. You know Tipton?
Yeah.
You know that hump in the road coming from Dudley? That hump in the road?
Yes.
All right. There was a pub on the left, don't it?
Yeah.
All right. A man named Johnny. A black man named Johnny. And him used to run that pub there. Me play for him 3 times. That is when me really... No. I didn't start this really, but me have to go back this now. Because the really first time I start when I take the one man sound is when we play Trevor Ranks when we are 15. But I will go back to that story. All right. Johnny Pub now. We play the 3 times. And the fourth time now when I go play there, him look for me, because me a borrow him equipment now, you know. Me a borrow 2 single box, 2 mid-range and 2 tops, and a guitar amp. And them time they were, remember the 5-key equalizer from Realistic from Tandy's?
Yeah.
Me I use one of them there.
Okay.
All right, so me I play for Johnny Pub now, and Johnny say, you here go on good, you know, come back. And he say, come back. He say, all right, 4th week now, he say, come back. So me I start out now, and the woman look at me and said, so what happened now? I say, me I play for the pub, man. And he go, so how this I go work? And me I play out. I went, oh no. You know when you're not even that thing about that? So he say, all right, here what you do? Use what you use, man. Because the place me I play are no big place. But let me tell you something. Blessed is the child that have it own. Okay. So me know exactly where I talk about this now. But if I yai tap, sort out your own things. So within, well, them time there, you know. Them time they made have a little thing anyway, like fire rock as I go on. Made have a little thing like fire rock as I go on. You get me?
Yeah.
But me and Dolphus.
Which Dolphus we're talking? Quick.
My Dolphus. Yeah, my Dolphus. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, me and him a walk in a West Bromwich shopping center, and he looked at me and said to me, say, "Son need a name, man." I go, "You're right, you know." So I looked at him and I said, "What do you think about Messiah?" And he go, "Yeah, man, good name." And he looked at me and he said, "What do you think about Jah Messiah Esquire?" I go, "Yeah, man, that have a ring to it." So that is how Messiah really and truly born. When me meet Gussie, because me meet Gussie Ranks, and Gussie Ranks, me and Gussie Ranks I work at Rally as well. And him did it at the music thing too. So really when me and him link up and them get the preamp now, because them get 2 preamp from London, that is when the sound really start kick off now. Messiah Esquire.
Okay.
So it have a link, you know.
Okay, so that's where.
Yeah, man. But before that, me take the song, me take my one man song when me a 15, 1976, and go play Trevor Ranks up at Beaches Road Church. I'll never forget because me I'll go at Brian Harris and get some tune. You know all that tune there, Enos McClone. By the look in your eye.
I can see that you were.
Yeah. Listen to me, man. The tune just come out hot, you know. And the tune are drop, you know, Mr. Man. And you know, the amplifier go zzz, and when me look on the wall, man, and look at me and go, no. Me just pack up and go home. And you know, when we string back up the sound and touch the needle, the sound a play. The sound a play. I cannot explain that to you, monster. I cannot explain it to you, but the sound was playing. I looked at my dad and go, don't ask me. But yeah, so I know what do you mean, right?
So when you played with that dance with Trevor, you use the whole of your father's sound at the time then?
No, because it's part of the sound me use. It have a bigger sound them time there, but it's part of the sound.
Yeah.
Never use all of the sound. And them time there, Flabber, Tubbies, Winston Tubbies, just a doing thing. That's why I get the name Tubbies, the name Winston. And drop out now, but everybody know Tubbies. Trust me, him have a little set and that Trevor Ranks play upon, you know?
Yes.
And that is all Love International Farm, through Tubbies, them man there. You get me?
Yes.
Yeah, so them man the farm. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I know people are listening right now, and listening from near and far, and wondering what the conversation we're having. It's a legacy of a father and son in West Bromwich, where basically we all grew up around sound system, and many of our parents didn't have that facility to do that, but they joined and supported the sounds that were there, that gave them that love and vibes and emotions and all sorts. As I say, they had a good time over the weekend and looking forward to the next one. And they were the ones that made them buy new clothes and so forth to go to these functions and have good times.
Bro, I'm telling you, there have been times I've been on the radio and we get a couple phone calls from ladies and say, yo, you know, so me used to go at your father dance. Yeah, quite a few Godfather woman has found me, at least 10 of them, and said, "Yo, me used to go on your father dance, you know." And them used to say to me, say, "Yo, you see when him soul selection start, and then the dance catch a fire." They say, no, we can't understand why your father didn't name fire, because when him soul selection start, and then the dance catch a fire. Cause my father, trust me, he was a very versatile selector and DJ. Very versatile. Yeah, man. And not just one set of tune him play, man. No. Very versatile, and he know if to select. As me say, if you're a man that can read and write, you have to give them people the ratings, man. That, because you see, enough people would have want, enough people go down them kind of people there, and then don't realize that them people they have talent in other ways. You know, then we show you talent in other ways. You know, just like a man who, the man who crippled can show you talent in other ways.
Sure.
Man who blind can show you talent in other ways. Man who deaf will show you talent in other ways.
That's right.
So you don't diss them people there.
Well, yeah, it's like I was talking earlier about the tennis, the woman who was unseeded, nowhere in the rankings, and she won the tournament.
Yeah, all right.
Never underestimate anybody in this world.
Never underestimate people, man. You know, for real, man.
But like I says though, some great times, some great energy amongst your father and yourself, and I don't know if there's any other father or son can give a story like yours to sort of give them a sort of a background about how things were and what it was like.
Well on, man. Let me give you another one, man. Well on,
Go on then.
You want me to tell you one of the first big dance we got to? A Digbeth yard store, man. The first big dance we got to at Digbeth Civic Hall upstairs, 1976.
Is that the same room where Greg Isaacs performed with the Raiders? What's the name of the band? Was it the famous band that Greg used to play with? Roots Radic's band.
Roots Radic.
That's right.
Yes.
That hall.
Yes.
Yeah.
That hall upstairs. That's right. Upstairs. Yeah.
Yes.
Now the reason my father said to us, "Come, we are gonna dance." Him built 2 double backs for Quaker. Him and Quaker was tight, you know. Yeah, I mean, even have another story to tell you about all that too. Him and Quaker the tight, man. And him said to me, "Come, man, go listen to 2 double backs that I built for Quaker." Boss, listen to me, man. When me enter the dance ram, you know. And them time, that's why I did love them time, the Rasta time, when Rasta just come out. Because there was, between black man, there was peace and love. There's so much backbiting now that me just can't deal with it. But anyway, when the dance ram, you know, man, Mr. Man, listen to me, man. And when you're looking at one corner, Mafia 295. The next corner, Quaker City.
Wow.
Who the on stage? Leroy Dan Smart. How would the back foot know I said to me? Wait. Pretty a big dance, man. But me never know. Listen to me, man. But the dance nice because you what now, no? You know, back in them day, a song play 3 or 4 and then you make the next song come in. Yeah. Quaker play, man, and Quaker play, man, and my touch, and you're supposed to make stuff come in, you know, but Quaker play, but a general mover go on because you what? You see, back in them day, a man, it's not like the dub plate them now, you know. Sometimes a man get an inkling of what a man go cut, you know. So him go cut it. So when Quaker now ease up and I play, I style out Mafia now, you know, if you say, well, me know you are wrong, you know, but I got touch them before you. You see what I mean? But staff would see the player now and get vexed. And listen to me, man. You see from that day, he said to me, yeah, man, me have to do in music, man. Because I was so dance nice. Wait. Leroy Smart on stage. Watch a man, listen to me, man. Me said they dance nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And them time there.
That time.
Him have the red transit. And me and Dolphus riding at the back of the transit. And him and my sister riding at the front. Because my sister come too.
Okay.
And Dolphus come with you too.
Okay.
Dolphus was here. Because him used to live around a yard.
Okay.
Dolphus used to run around there 24/7. So that is why you will see me and him tight sometime. Even though me and him sometimes teeth and tongue we meet, but a virgin and just so it go.
Right. So the time with Leroy Smart, with Mafia Town and Quaker City, I suppose that was the time when because obviously Leroy Smart was kind of competing a little bit with Gregory Isaacs at the time, and the song called "I Am the Don" was one of his big tunes back in them times. I don't know if it was at that time, but Leroy Smart has some great songs out there.
Yo, listen to me, man. That one of me. If a man asks me my favorite artist, I go tell him Leroy Smart and Barry Brown. And the only reason I go choose Leroy Smart over Barry is because I've seen Leroy Smart live. I've never seen Barry.
Okay.
But you see Leroy Smart live. So if a man asks me my favorite artist, I Leroy Smart and Barry Brown, man. Yeah, man. For real, man. That Leroy Smart produced some wicked tune, man.
Yeah, he has.
What? I don't want a man. The man test me with Leroy Smart. What? The man, one of my artists, man. Trust me.
Okay.
And he hasn't. Leroy Smart has not got the recognition. Enough of them, really. Enough of them. But Leroy Smart, you know, say him still did. They're still alive and think. Them man, they should have get some big recognition, man, because he put out some good works, man.
Okay. Right. The time now is 1:45 here right now. And there's still a lot to talk about in terms of the sound itself that you're in, the sound that you created from then. I know your members are listening right now, and we'll have to part our ways for a part 2.
Yes, I feel say at that I go on because enough big dance we play, man. Like we play with our Jungle Man, we play with Massigan when he just turned to Radix up at Citydale. We play with Jacob down at Cedar Club. Enough big dance we have got to talk about.
Well, all right. So, well, you make note of all those big events and those,
man,
and I'm sure the fans and the listeners, because like I said, sometimes in life we have to put the records down and talk about history.
Yes, for real.
Because what I'm getting to realize, there's so much DJs out there. All we're doing is playing music, and we're not teaching ourselves nothing to give other people the information that we have grown up with over the years and share our beauty of what we love, which is music.
Yes, that's true.
So your father right now did what he did. He loved his music. He's no longer with us, but he left a legacy, not just with the fans, but also with his son, and you're carrying his ambition.
Yeah, man.
That he started.
Because me not say nothing, but me still have the valve, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, man, me still have the valve where legs build.
So wait, me still have it, man. So where you do from time to time? You warm it up?
Boy, all right. It just get restored. So all me can say to people is
look out.
Keep a lookout, because when them feel say count fire out, no out, man. Count fire still a burn.
Okay.
Count fire still burning. Him no out, him still burning.
Okay. Well, now we're looking forward to that. When that does come back, we can hear the valve for itself.
I know say enough people experience valve.
Yes.
You know? So not a lot of people experience valve. Not the generation of today anyway.
Right.
They've never experienced valve. So
well, let's leave that conversation for the next time we talk. Mm-hmm. I'm sure that a lot of people out there will love to talk about their stories also as well. You know what I mean? And this is what the program's all about. We cater for many people with different kind of skills, and whatever people want to talk about. You can always talk to the Godfather, the Keep It Real show on a Sunday, just to give people around the world the impression that there is something happening out there and not everything is hidden in the dark, because our history is large, you know.
Yes, very large.
Very large.
Yes, and enough of them want to hide it. Other people, them want to hide it, but yeah, black people, we talk up now, man. We talk up.
You know what I mean? So in terms of the Windrush generation and 75 years of our people coming here and building the country, we must know about the ins and outs of what they've been through.
Well, that's it. There's too much hidden stories.
There is.
There's too much hidden stories. You get me?
And if we don't,
like they don't want to give us the credit that we deserve.
Well, put this way, and we're the ones that should highlight it. Because if we don't do it as DJs, then what's going to happen?
It's buried.
It's going to die, and when it dies, and so therefore DJs should take time out to look at what they're doing and try and infiltrate something as history about what they're doing, and the fact that back in the days, you never really find a black person on the radio station talking about various things that we do now.
No. That's right.
Like, for instance, I get to understand Barry Curtis used to come and check your dad for music as well.
But I can show you, Dennis Brown things in life, I've got on a blank label, yellow label. And if you turn it over, you'll see the name Barry Curtis. I can tell you his name was Conf. That was his real name, Conf. Not Barry Curtis.
Okay.
Yes, so he was a good family friend. Barry Curtis used to come at the yard very often. Him and my father was tight. Even in that tune, we find the other deal, an alternate tune, and the one label, can't remember it now. Wicked, when we turn it over, Barry Curtis again, I goes, oh, I'll get this from Barry Curtis as well. Yeah, so them man, me didn't know quite well. Yeah, quite well, you know. He's a family friend, you know.
Well,
yeah, in fact, you know something, enough someone used to pass through the house, you know, like our shiny man Chin, who used to own Tip Top Records down a Rookery Road. The man, there was a Jamaican shiny man. The man, they used to come at the yard on Sunday and sell the old man, all them Burning Spears, Studio One and things like that, when them tuner just a come. And them go in at the front room, lock up in at the front room, burn them Cuban cigar, and then as me open, because he would bow and I said, bring me a beer or something like that. And when we open the door, the smoke hits you and me used to wonder, what kind of smoke that? But I get to understand now as a big man what kind of smoke it was.
Okay.
You get me? But yeah, so them things is memories for me. You know?
Like I said, let's leave those memories for part 2. Cause I'm sure people would like to hear a little bit more, and we can talk about the rest of your sound crew, present sound crew right now. Cause I'm sure that they want to get mentioned also as well in this legacy.
No problem.
You know what I'm saying? So,
no problem.
And there's a lot of places you mentioned today that I've never heard about, never been to neither as well as a youngster. So not many of us could go so far. We had a little radius from we had, no more than 2 miles or 4 miles out and something. So, yeah. Well,
yes, respect, Mr. Man. Respect. Give thanks for that.
Well, okay. Any last requests before you go?
Well, big up everybody, you know. More life, health, and strength to each and everybody who are listening and who not listen. Big up same way, you know. That me I promote more life, health, and strength, you know.
Okay.
We're not here forever, so
that's
just
true.
the thing set, you know.
So let's share the history, let's share the moment,
real, you know?
and share some happiness. Real. Yeah, man. All right. On that score, Inspector Lee, enough respect. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, sir. To be continued. Respect.
That's
blessed
right.
Love.
Bless up. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Scannerradio.org.uk.
Make us see. Is what happened here. You're tuned to Godfather, see?
Well, okay, we're coming to the end of the show this afternoon. I hope you enjoyed that part of the show.
Report to me. There's some question you left to answer. Report to me. Disrespect ain't
So there's more stories to come.
report
And part 2
to me.
with Inspector Lee. And also as well, once I've finished the part 2 of Quaker City, we're going to set up part 3. Part 3 is going to be very, very interesting.
Back by your house this morning at 2:45. But you were there, no way to welcome me. I'm taking this matter seriously, so make sure you get in touch with me. After you read the note, then you know this ain't no joke, so report to me. There's some question you left to answer. Report to me. Disrespect ain't no laughing matter. Report to me. I'll be the judge, I'll be the jury. Report to me immediately.
For news, interviews, reggae gospel reviews, and more around the world, it's The Godfather Show.
My class, thought you were happy under my supervision, but you're moving too fast. What kind of life are you living? Whose example are you following? Be careful, this is your final warning. So, report to me. There's some question you left to answer. Report to me. Disrespect ain't no laughing matter.
Gregory Isaacs report to me. Once again, many thanks go out to, of course, Inspector Lee, and he will be with me very soon for part 2.
Keep it
News, interviews, reggae gospel reviews, and more around the world. It's The Godfather Show.